Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen and another edition of Stuff in Our Pantry, the pandemic edition. So it's still March, March 2020. We're still in sort of a shutdown. They've changed the language from we're going to have to go through this for weeks to they're now sort of floating the idea of months. No clue how long this is going to last or how it's going to turn out. So, since we're not going to the grocery store, except just to get, the absolute necessities, and I'm not going to go to the grocery store again until we run out of milk. To me, that's an absolute necessity. I'm making stuff that's just in my pantry. And today I thought, let's do a tuna casserole. Except, I didn't have any pasta, so I had to make some pasta. And fresh pasta isn't ideal for this dish, but you do what you got to do. And then I went to the cupboard and I realized I didn't have any tuna. So what I actually have are cans of turkey. I purchased these about a year ago. I usually go into the grocery store and grab 3 or 4 cans of tuna, throw it into the grocery cart, bring it home. I leave it in the pantry because I really like to have, a tuna sandwich every once in a while for lunch. And one day, not long after that, I grabbed out what I thought was a can of tuna, and it turned out to be a can of seasoned turkey breast. And I didn't really enjoy the sandwich. So I put them back into the cupboard and I said, I'll eat them eventually. Now is that eventuality. So, into this pan. This is a cast iron, enameled cast iron brazier. I put in a diced onion and a couple of ribs of celery that I've diced up. The celery was at the end of its life and needed to be used. So hopefully everybody has an onion in their fridge, or a bag of onions at least. Use whatever vegetables you have. Chopped up broccoli would be really good in this. Maybe even cauliflower. A whole bunch of different things that you could put in here. So I don't want to really brown it too much. I just want to sort of soften it off, and they just keep jumping out, don't they? And I also had a couple of mushrooms left over from pizza we made about a week ago. I'm going to throw those in too, and we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to sweat these down. Okay, this is looking good. Now, in goes some flour, and we just stir this around to coat everything with it. Now, next in is some chicken stock. I've got a box of emergency chicken stock. If you have your own homemade chicken stock, either in the freezer or you can it, that would be great. If you don't have chicken stock, you could use vegetable stock. You could use water. If at this point what you have is water, then use water. You're not going to lose a whole lot of flavor. You'll lose some, but I don't know that it's a big deal. And we're also, we're in special circumstances right now. So I think that would be fine. In goes the chicken stock, and you stir it in a little bit at a time. Don't put it in too quickly. And at some point, you want to switch to a whisk. All the stock is mixed in. Next in is some milk. So we need about 1.5 cups of milk. And I know that a lot of people laugh at the bagged milk or get freaked out by the milk in bags. When I was a little kid, because of where we lived, my parents would often buy a bunch of bags of milk and freeze them. And because we lived someplace during the summer times anyway, we lived in a place where it was difficult to get to the grocery store, we would pull frozen bags of milk out and let them thaw in the sink and then put them in. And we would have milk for a much longer time. We didn't have to go to the grocery store. And I got to tell you, I hated that. But today, I kind of wish I had some bags of milk in the freezer. We're kind of living in that time. So I've got all the milk in. This is the point where you want to put in some salt and pepper and give it a taste and see where you are on seasoning. We also want to bring this up to a boil and stir it constantly as it comes up to a boil. And then turn it down and let it simmer until it starts to thicken. The sauce is thickening up nicely, so time to deal with the pasta. This is fresh homemade pasta. Like I said, not ideal, but it's in long threads. So I'm going to cut it into something a little easier to manage on the plate. So here's my thought process. Thinking out loud, cooking without a net. I haven't had a chance to try this recipe yet. I know that fresh pasta cooks a lot faster than dry pasta. I know that fresh pasta is made differently than dry pasta in terms of ingredients and how it's put together. I've got a pot of salted boiling water on the go. Normally I would dunk this in and boil it for maybe a minute or two and then put it into the sauce because you want your pasta to finish cooking in this sauce. I'm kind of feeling like I could just toss it in without putting it into the boiling water and that it would cook enough in the sauce. And I'm torn on that. I really don't know what to do. I think I'm going to put it in the boiling water just for a second, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds, just to cook it a little bit, and then we're going to put it into the sauce. And stir it around just so it doesn't stick together. And that's it. Really, just a dunk. Just enough to set the noodles. Okay, they look really good. Now, noodles into the sauce. Turkey into the sauce as well. And I hope this is shredded. I don't remember what it was when it's chunked. So I'm just going to run a fork through the can just to shred it. Okay. Turkey in. If what you have is tuna, put your tuna in. I've already added salt and pepper. There are lots of other spices and flavorings that you could add to this. Because I've put turkey in, I'm going to put in a little bit of poultry seasoning. Not too much, just a little bit. Give it just a little bit of that turkey flavor. Now, we stir this all together. So, yes, I am that guy that has panko in the cupboard. So I'm going to put panko on. You could put on any kind of breadcrumb. I looked through recipe books from the 1930s, Depression-era recipe books, and most of them for this type of dish said to put on breadcrumbs, crushed up saltine crackers or soda biscuits. A lot of them even said to put on crushed up potato chips. There were a couple of recipes where you made this in a pot and then you put it into a baking dish. And the recommendation on one was that you would grease the inside of the baking dish with butter and then put crushed up potato chips inside and sort of dust the inside so that it's a full crust around the outside with potato chips and then put potato chips on top. So I know a lot of you will have potato chips in your house because I saw you leave in the grocery store with basket loads of them. This is going to go into a preheated oven now, and it's going to cook for about 20-25 minutes. Hey, Jules.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, friends.
Can I get
some utensils?
Yeah, utensil of some kind.
Fork or spoon?
Let's try a fork. Let's try a fork.
A couple forks there. Choose.
Okay.
Here it is.
That's pretty good.
It's a bit like I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of, other than turkey.
Yes. So the poultry seasoning that I put in, and I didn't put much in at all, just a little bit of poultry seasoning, really signals turkey, doesn't it? Like yeah.
I was actually, it was like post-Thanksgiving soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got that post-Thanksgiving soup because you had the celery and all those other flavors, and it's got all of those flavors to it.
I was a little worried about using the fresh noodles, but they held up really nicely. I thought that they could have been a little too delicate rather than elbow macaroni. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Who would have known?
Okay.
Who knew this morning?
I know. I'm trying to get rid of these cans of turkey for about a year. It's taken global pandemic to get me there. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm thinking that, it might be something that shows up even outside of the pandemic.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
Sorry. That just lets you know that this is the base for a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Like many of the things we've done so far.
Oh, I forgot to put in peas. I could have put in peas.
And cauliflower,
Yeah.
and broccoli,
Yeah.
and vegetables galore. I'll put mine as an aside later. But I was just, with that epiphany of we
Yeah.
forgot the vegetables.
Yep.
Any
Tuna.
flavor, any meat, right? It's a base, right? So if you want,
Tuna, canned salmon. Canned salmon would go really well on this. My mom used to make creamed salmon on toast.
sorry,
Julie doesn't really like it.
I do not like
I
creamed
like
salmon on toast
creamed
at all.
salmon on toast.
Oh, no.
But salmon in this would go really well. You change the spicing a little bit when you leave out.
You could put in Hamburg.
Yeah.
It is the basics of a noodle casserole,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah, you could. I mean, it's a method. It's not a recipe. It's a method.
check your cupboard. What have you got?
Put it in. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe. Stay healthy. See you again soon.